Yo YouTube, this is my video for Wednesday the 25th of June, and I am parked up on the outskirts of Spalding next to the A16, and I'm hoping to get a job. I haven't yet, for today at least, got a job. I have got one booked in for Friday, which I'll tell you about on Friday morning. But for today, I am, it's 11 o'clock now, and I've been looking for about an hour and a half. And the only reason why I wanted to make this video at this point is, well, mainly because you want to hear from me, and you want to hear the legendary Yo YouTube. I wouldn't want to deprive you of that experience. But mainly, I wanted to put a map up of my local area where I am now, and you can see there are only 2 active drivers to the east or north of me, and there's a few drivers in Peterborough, which I tend to try and. There's always more drivers there, but I hope it explains to those people who don't know the area why I tend to focus my attention east and north of Peterborough. Because there's much less drivers, particularly at this time in the morning. Now, I will go as far as Kings Lynn, and Kings Lynn to the east, Lincoln to the north, and probably to the west. Corby, I'd go that far. It's not on my map, I don't think, but I'd go that far. But Corby's drags into play the Peterborough drivers, and also Corby drivers, which is less likely for me to win a job. Probably the most logical place would be Oakham, Market Harbour, I think it is. That area would be where I might get a job from. But obviously you've got Grantham, Sleaford, Spalding, Wisbech, Holbeach is next to where I am. You've got Stamford, Bourne. So there's plenty of towns in that sort of catchment area. Boston, of course. I forgot about Boston. And there is work that comes out of all those places, sort of sporadically. And I only need one job, and there's only really me and probably one other driver competing for east and one other driver competing north. Although the driver that's on the A17, he can go both ways quite easily. So that's the situation. I'm reasonably optimistic a job will come up, although I've been thinking that for the last hour, to be honest. Also, before I go, I thought I'd mention one other thing which came across my mind this morning before I left the house. And I hope I don't offend loads of people. I'm trying not to, but I will just be reasonably blunt about this. I was thinking, if more people were like autistic people, the world would be a much nicer place in this one respect. And that is all those people that are miserable or sad or, kind of anxious, and they don't hide it because they want to show the world that they are miserable. And autistic people are great at hiding their anxieties and masking what their brain is telling them. And I personally find it quite easy to be cheerful and upbeat, which is, I think, a privilege and a blessing for me. Not everyone is the same. But if those people that didn't find it as easy could pretend to be cheerful and upbeat, the world would be a much better place. If your brain is telling you that you're sad and you're miserable, then you could just try pretending that you're not, and pretend to the world that you're perfectly okay and happy and polite. And that would spread positivity among the people you're working with, and everyone will feel a little bit better. If you think about it, who really enjoys talking to anyone that's grumpy and miserable? I don't think anyone really enjoys that. Maybe there's the odd sadist who likes it, or masochist who likes to interact with those people. But most people would really enjoy, get sort of a glow from speaking to someone who smiles, is polite and is friendly, even if it's not actually what they're really feeling in their head. So autistic people are great at masking their anxieties and their the things that comfort them, the traits, the physical movements, or the mental gymnastics that comfort them. They are great at hiding those from society, And so if we can do it, why can't you stop being so miserable all the time, if you are one of those people, of course. Of course, my audience are not that. So I'm basically preaching to the converted, because you guys are all awfully cheerful and positive people. So it's for you to tell the other people in your lives to put their ideas up. Anyway, let me carry on looking for a job. And I will speak to you, hopefully, with my next job, rather than, and I quote, "I'm fed up with this, I'm going home now." Hello there, YouTube. It is now 12:15, and I am on the move, which is the good news. I haven't actually got a job, though. I'm going to drive into town and park up close to where my partner works, and then I'm going to go and surprise them, and then I'm going to sit in the car park looking for jobs, and then if they come out of work before I get a job, which is looking highly likely at the moment, I'm going to ask the question, would you like to go to Wetherspoons for lunch? And I suspect the answer will be yes, and then I suspect I won't then be working for the rest of the day. And at the moment, I kind of would prefer that as an option. I'll just let into my mindset. So I was up for doing long jobs today, and over the last couple of hours, I was sort of thinking it's getting later and later, and then I put a bid on a job going from Bury St Edmunds to Skegness for either today or tomorrow morning. And I worked out that if I drive from where I am today to Bury St Edmunds, that's an hour and a half, and then to Skegness it's about another 2 hours, and the total mileage for that trip, 147 miles. And so I was bidding £150, 150. However, it was only about a 90. Oh, can't get down, that road's closed. However, it was only about a 99-mile journey loaded, and so I thought, I'm not going to get this at this price, but I thought I'll bid anyway. And then I thought, actually, I don't even want to do that, because I'll be in Skegness about 4 o'clock. Then I'll come home. I will have got half a day's pay, effectively, probably about £110 net, £115 net, and I would have driven a long way for not very much money. Now, when I started thinking that, I started thinking maybe your heart's not really in it today then, because £115, let's say net, still pays for my business costs, so it's still kind of worth it. Then I thought, would you rather be at home now doing something else, or would you rather be on the road driving to Bury St Edmunds with a sort of 5-hour day ahead of you? And the answer was, I'll go and see my partner and see whether I get it beforehand. So I think it's telling me something that I don't really feel it today again, which is interesting, isn't it? This happened again. This happened last time I was on the road on Friday. Not on Monday, but Friday. Anyway, so I don't know. It's really quiet. There was not really anything. I would consider going to North London, but not Central London today. It's just way too hot to get to Central London today. And so there were jobs that go into London way, but not really. They're all sort of central, so I didn't really bid on those jobs. And there was plenty of jobs going from sort of Leicester and Nottingham and Northampton. There's loads of those jobs, but I'm just way too far from them to win them at a decent price. So anyway, this is going to be a very short video, I think, again, and I'll let you know at the end what I've done. I might even take a video in Wetherspoons if I'm there. Cheers.